Hey, hey, hey. All right. I am live, you guys, for the day 2 after party. If you missed day 2 of the challenge, man, you missed a treat. You will start seeing some highlights on our Instagram page really soon. I am so excited. Day 2 of the challenge was incredible. So I'm going to give you guys a peek into what you missed by not being in the Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge on day 2. And then I am going to do something very nice. I'm going to give you your last, well, not your last, but I'm gonna give you a chance to join us on day 3 of the challenge, because day 3 is what we call at Speak Your Way to Cash Money Day. Okay, day 3 is the day where you actually get to pitch. Literally, anyone that shows up for day 3 of the challenge and does what we ask them to do by way of the homework gets to pitch. Anyone that shows up gets to pitch. So you want to make sure that you are there. You want to make sure that you are locked in. You want to make sure that you are loaded. So I'm excited to show you guys behind the scenes of day 2. So today we talk All right, let me know if I'm still live. All right, drop a comment, yes, if you still see me live on Facebook. No, if you don't see me live right now. So day 2 of the Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge, we talked about finding your wealthy audience. It was an incredible day. And if y'all can see me and hear me okay on Facebook, let me know. All right, cool. All right, so today, day 2 of the challenge, we talked about finding your wealthy audience. It was an incredible day. The comments were going wild. We had people joining us on Facebook and in Zoom. Really excited to show this for you guys. Okay, so Stephanie said, y'all, if today is anything like yesterday's session, we are in for a treat. Let's go. Chris was like, are y'all ready to make some noise? Arnell came back. Daria said, I'm so excited to be here. The vibes were vibing in day 2 of the Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge. And y'all know when I get to the whiteboard, you don't know what's going to happen. And so the first thing that we talked about is, how do you own a piece of the market? Not just play in the market, not be a player in the market, but how do you own a piece of the market? How do you create your own blue ocean? If you follow that frame of reference, then you know what I'm talking about, instead of just playing in a red ocean. And one of the tips that we gave someone was this: everybody is selling down. Everybody is playing at the bottom of the market. Everybody is, you could do this and get millions without knowing nothing. Everybody is trying to serve to people who may not have anything. Like, what if you just always looked at your business like, how can I serve the top of the market? How can I serve people who will be here in 5 and 10 years? How can I serve people who know what they're doing? How can I serve the true experts? How do I identify that audience and create a sales system? Someone dropped system in the chat, to serve and sell to that group of people. And maybe it's corporations, or maybe if your passion is for entrepreneurs, you serve the top of the entrepreneurship market. How about that? Like, there are some people who are selling to corporate out of fear that their audience doesn't have a budget. Every single audience has a segment that has a budget. You need to learn the language of that audience, because if you just switch to corporate without mastering language, you will run into some of the same issues. There are corporations without audiences, without budgets. There are corporations that will say they're going to pay you and not pay you. I have had a global corporation break my contract. I have had to enforce my contract against a global organization and get my money. So it's not an issue of which is easier. It's an issue of where can I make the most impact in the world? And we talked about how you can do that and own a piece of that market. Okay, and that went really well. So you can see some of these vibes here. And if you missed it and you want to see the replay, you need to get a VIP ticket to the challenge. Just go to pitchyourwaytocash.com. That's pitchyourwaytocash.com, www.pitchyourwaytocash.com. So then we went into talking about what people need to do in order to ensure that their pride isn't keeping them from getting paid. I don't even got time to go into that discussion, so you're going to need to watch the replay. And thank you for dropping the link. Alyssa said it was a great live session. So many jewels. We went for almost 2 hours. And you know we had to do some teaching and some preaching. It's always going to be an amen corner in the comment section. All right. It's just who I am. Like, I cannot just totally abandon the preaching roots. You know what I mean? And so we really talked through that mindset piece that you need, figuring out what you should be selling based on what you are naturally good at and what you desire to do. Because how many of you on here, just drop a me if it's you, have stopped selling a product that was selling because you did not want to deliver the product? Drop a me if it's you, and I'll wave my hand because I've definitely been there. So we talked about that as well. Then we went on to talk about what you need to do to ensure that you are selling to not just the audience, but the buyer, the person who will actually buy your products and your services, and what that looks like. And someone said, I've been considering going back to school for a title, just for a title, but I only want to be a coach. Well, this is my kit, because I was working hard to avoid this teaching thing. Paid is the goal, period. Someone said my ego felt that one. So I told them the story of how I actually did not want to be called a coach, because I felt like it was an unregulated industry. It didn't really describe what I did. It was like a devaluing title. And so for a while, I wouldn't even let people call me a coach, because I'm like, I'm not a coach, I'm a lawyer. I'm not a coach, I'm a business strategist. I'm not a coach, I'm a this. I'm not a coach, I'm a that. But when my clients went to Google, you know what they was looking for? A coach, a business coach. And so how many clients did I turn away because I was more committed to my ego than I was their results? I was more committed to my ego and how I felt than I was to their results. And I would encourage any leader, especially those of us with all the degrees and the experience and the accolades and the prestige, to consider how we can use that to propel us forward versus it becoming a different type of chain for us. Because it was for sure in my life something that actually held me back. If you can relate, drop relate in the comments. So I'm definitely, I talked about what we do as cash leads, the difference between a cash lead and an entrepreneur, and how cash leads are committed to building revenue generating businesses. If you have not heard me talk about what a cash lead is, why we call our community cash leads, you need to hear it. But better yet, I'm gonna just tell y'all this. Opening session of Speak Your Way to Cash Live, it's for the cash leads. So make sure you're in the building in November. Look at the comments. One of the things that we discovered and we talked about in this challenge was, are you selling to the lowest common denominator? Are you pitching only to friends and family because you're scared that if you pitch to a higher person, if you pitch to someone who has a higher title, like CEO, director of blah, 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 that they won't receive you? And we talked about how your identity needs to be corrected in some instances so that you are pitching to the people who can actually pay you and make decisions. So we talked about that. Arnell said, my edges. Courtney said, mine are gone. Okay, I don't know. Put your edge glue on. Do what you got to do for your edges for tomorrow. Because tomorrow we're talking about pitching. Tomorrow is the day that if you attend and you do what we are asking you to do, you will make money in your business. Because sales is a math game. People are like, sales isn't about numbers. It's about blah, 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 blah. It is about numbers to a degree. It is also about connecting with your audience. It is also about making sure you're leading with empathy. It is also about connecting with people. It is also a skill, but it is also about those numbers. So here we go. Someone was like, I know I've been called. Fear is the devil. Am I hoarding versus pouring? I stayed up late last night and pitched big to 10 companies. Shout out to Kristen for pitching already. And Chris was asking someone, are you ready for a change? Look, my husband be in the chat. Don't play with Chris. Okay, Chris be in the chat, all right? She's like, yes, I'm ready for a change. I'm looking for the answer, and I found her. That is so sweet. Shout out to you. And then, look, people are in the comment section building community, supporting each other, lifting each other up. Every time someone said they had an issue or something they were struggling with, I can relate to it from some place that I was in my past. A lot of other people in the room could relate to it. And the energy of a Speak Your Way to Cash event, the energy of the challenge is incredible. And if you're on Instagram Live, all you have to do is drop challenge in the comments and I'll send you the link to join. And Chris, if you could make that comment on my Instagram Live, like just drop challenge in the comments and I'll send you the link to join, or Kayla or whoever, I will pin that comment to the page. All right. So then we talked about our fame methodology. This is where we got deep into how you should determine your expertise, who you should sell to, and all the ways that you can monetize your expertise and who you are selling to. And so I want to make sure that you all have a framework to use even when the challenge is over to start moving yourself forward. Yes, thank you, Instagram. Just drop challenge in the comments. Thanks, Ashley. I get that all the time. They love my voice and my tone of voice. Yes, ma'am, very helpful. People were getting breakthroughs on what they should be selling, how they should be positioning their expertise, and more during the challenge. Someone said, you better set a fire under us today. It is the imaginary scenarios that cause the stress, not the actual pitch. So one of the things we covered, you all, is how when you are incredibly gifted and you like to set things up in a certain way, sometimes that analysis paralysis is what keeps you from getting into action and taking action, and how you need to overcome that. So you need to buy a VIP ticket to the challenge and make sure that you're able to rewatch the replay of today as well. Then we clarify one of our platinum attendees. If you get a platinum ticket, you get to do a Q&A with me live at the end of the challenge. One of our platinum attendees actually said that she wanted some clarification on who she should be pitching. And we broke it down into 3 steps: your topic, your budget, and your scope of work. Topic, your budget, and your scope of work. So we really just clarified that and made it really simple and easy. Oh my goodness, I know what you are talking about. I will always think about things 6 ways from Sunday. So there's just more people attesting to what we discussed and what we talked about. The Q&A though, if you get the recording and you can watch the Q&A, I'm telling you that you want to make sure that you do that, because the Q&A is where we get specific about the gems and the things that you can implement in your speaking business. This has been amazing. That exercise with Denise was so valuable. I just replaced my situation in the process and already have ideas on the direction I need to go. Thank you both. Always a rich experience with Ashley. Got to drop. See you guys tomorrow. All right, that's Yvette, one of our mastermind family members. Love the recon to ask potential clients, what is a good price point? I gave them the exact language to ask to ensure you're figuring out what people's budgets are before you build your whole business around that audience. So we start tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern in this challenge. If you're on here and you're watching me and you're like, I don't even know what she's talking about, but it sounds like something I need to be a part of, you have your chance tomorrow. And tomorrow is the absolute best day to join the challenge. Drop challenge in the chat if you're on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, you can click the link that this video was posted with and just register for the challenge. Tomorrow is money day in the challenge. Somebody drop money in the chat. Tomorrow is when we talk about pitching. Tomorrow is when we talk about how you can grow your business. Tomorrow is when we talk about the revenue generating activity that will determine if you reach your revenue goals for the year. Tomorrow is when we talk about the money. We're going to show you our sales calculator. We're going to show you our money math. We're going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to grow your business on day 3 of the challenge and day 4 of the challenge and day 5 of the challenge. Whatever you do, do not miss the rest of this event. It is incredible. And so if you are someone who wants to grow your service-based business, you're a speaker, you're an author, you're an entrepreneur, you're an educator, you are a corporate professional looking to repackage that expertise and put it into an offer for a large client, then you need to be at the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. This is our 10th one. You think we could last 10 challenges if we weren't crushing it? Like, come and join us in the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. Come and join our vast community of cash leads and see why thousands of entrepreneurs, experts, and speakers trust us with helping them get to the next level in their service-based business. All right, I'll see y'all later. Hopefully I will see you guys in the challenge. Go to www.pitchyourwaytocash.com and we'll see you there.